The Seattle Seahawks are going to be a really good team, a team we have to watch out for in the NFC. If you're new to our channel, we make videos for teams that don't get the love nationally like they should. So we've been talking a lot about the Seattle Seahawks. I don't know if it's because of the quarterback or they're out in the West. I don't know what it is, but you don't hear the national media really talking about them like they should, considering they're going to be really good this year. They drafted well, free agents well, and they found an undrafted free agent that is just like you could just see it. Like, this guy's going to be really good. And let me pull it up right now. And that's our guy, Jake Bobo, an undrafted free agent from UCLA. Now, I was looking this guy up, doing some more research on him. He went undrafted because he's slow as molasses. He ran a 5-second 40. That's just going to automatically take in any skill position. You're done, right? There's nothing we can do with you if you run a 5-second 40 in the NFL. Otherwise, he was productive at his career. We'll get back to that article in just a second. He was productive in his career. He's 6'4", 210. He's got the size. He's done everything. Everything is checks out except for the speed, and that's why he goes undrafted. So why do you pick up undrafted free agents? Is because you're trying to find a guy that just jumps out of nowhere, right? That, yeah, he ran a 5-second 40, but blank. He wasn't productive in college, but he had this, so you're trying to find somebody. So Jake Bobo finds his way onto this roster because here's the deal. He really solidified it again. He's been really the guy, legend, sensation of training camp. Adding to his legend, 2 catches, 27 yards, including an 18-yarder from Locke for a touchdown, and really their only offensive highlight of the first half. So Bobo beat a Green Bay safety to break into the open field on the left side and corral a perfectly passed ball from Locke to complete the touchdown on 3rd and 3. It's the kind of play that Bobo has made throughout camp and has likely secured not only a roster spot, but possibly a significant role in the receiving rotation to start the season. So this is what's kind of cool about the Seattle Seahawks, and this is why we keep talking about them. And I'll pull up the depth chart right now, is they've got really good players all across the board. But how do you go from like that extra? How do you go from a team that's pretty good, makes the playoffs like the Seattle Seahawks did, and then take that next step? You've got to find guys like Bobo. You need guys to come out of nowhere that can help you out. So I'll pull up the depth chart, and you can see wide receiver wise is really good, but depth is a area that you hope they can find somebody. So if you pull up this, Metcalf, Lockett, Bookett, love it. Now, the thing about Lockett is I've always loved Lockett. I always get him on my fantasy team because he just produces, especially early in the season. He just goes deep and find him. But Lockett's getting older. So then you go Jackson Smith and Jigba, who's young. And so you have Metcalf, but outside of that, you're hoping that some other guys can come out of here. Young, Thompson, is it Landers? And then there's Bobo, who I think he's way more than just a depth piece, but he's shown, man, this guy can play and he can be your outside weapon, right? Lockett's more of an outside guy, but he's not like the biggest outside guy. And Jigba's going to be just moving all over the place. Metcalf's outside. Bobo could be outside as well and really form into a star that the Seattle Seahawks need. So again, let me know your thoughts in the comments on this. Craig and I have been talking about the Seattle Seahawks all off season because they drafted well, coming off the heels of last year, where Geno Smith, just proved, yep, it's going to work, right? Like, that's all you needed to see if you're a Seattle Seahawks fan, because it can't just fall apart. You needed to see something. Geno Smith provided it. Kenneth Walker, great. Zach Charbonnet, we'll see. Hopefully he can get it together. Offensive line is good. Defense continues to be solid. Bobby Wagner comes back. He's got a season left in him, especially coming back to Seattle. Let's go. Jamal Adams, let's go. Diggs, always like Diggs. Detroit Lions fan, know all about Diggs. Witherspoon, great. I think the Lions were going to go for Witherspoon with a pick after the Seahawks, but obviously it goes a different way. And Woolen. Secondary. So it's all there. And when you start getting guys that come out of nowhere, he's done everything he's had a chance to do. Drew gives him a great pass and a great call. The whole thing was just gorgeous football, and he figured out how to finish it just right. He has been terrific. The play completed a 5-play, 61-yard drive, two. Okay. 2 minutes. Bobo has worked with a starting offense in 3 receiver sets alongside Lockett and Metcalf following the injury to Jackson Smith and Jigba. So we're all excited about Jackson Smith and Jigba. Gets injured, and we're all just, whatever. But yes, they have another receiver in Bobo that we have to keep an eye on. Bobo seems like a lock to make the roster. Absolutely. Can't wait to see what happens there with him, because receiver is an exciting position with the Seahawks. But if you really break it down, Bobo can slide right in there because Jackson Smith and Jigba's hurt. Lockett's maybe a little older. See what happens with the receiving core. So again, let me know your thoughts in the comments. We are Detroit Lions fans that love to talk about the NFL, especially teams that don't get the love nationally. Seahawks are one of those teams. NFC West going to be tough with the 49ers. No question about that. 49ers swept the division last year for the first time in 10, 11, 12 years, something like that. They swept the Seahawks. Obviously, the 49ers are going to be really good. And so can you win that division? And that's the beauty of football, is you can talk about a lot of different things, but every team is trying to win the division, because if you win the division, you're automatically in the playoffs with a home playoff game. So that's it. Is it going to be easy? No, the Rams are going to be back a little bit. See what Stafford can do. So these teams are all kind of sticking around, ready to go, and we'll see what happens. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we will see all of you